Hello, Marcus Lim here, and in this video, I just want to very quickly show you not a new book, but a fairly old one. So this is Batman Ego, okay? First published in 2000. So this is actually the very first edition of this book, right? There have been, I think, collected editions of this one and other stories by Darwyn Cooke, who is the here you go, Darwyn Cooke. Yeah, so he's the writer and artist. Okay, and yeah, and the reason that I'm showing this, right, this fairly old one, is because this is actually one of the inspirations for the new Batman movie directed by Matt Reeves. So Matt Reeves has publicly said in interviews that he was inspired by this comic, along with the more well-known ones like Batman: The Long Halloween, which I've already kind of gone through in another video, right? And also obviously Batman Year One, okay, which is the legendary story by Frank Miller. So Year One, Long Halloween, and I guess the least known of them would be Ego. But yeah, Ego is the one that that deals with the whole, I guess, mindset or psychological relationship between Batman, I guess, and Bruce, right? The Bat and the person behind the mask. And so yeah, so that's what this book is all about. So let's have a very quick look as I flip through this. So yeah, Darwyn Cooke doing the writing and the artwork. Alright. And yeah, it begins with, Batman encountering this guy who kind of like, killed himself, right? Suicide. Which leads Batman to kind of, I guess, reflect or ponder upon, his mission, right? And whether it's all worth it. Like, what is it that really drives him, right? So this is a fairly reflective kind of story. You can see that it's Batman face to face with himself, right? It all takes place in his mind in a way. It's called Ego, right? Subtitle: The Psychotic Slide into the Heart of Darkness. Okay? And I guess, that's what Matt Reeves is saying, right? He wants to kind of explore this idea, right? To challenge Batman psychologically, force him to consider the merits of his vengeful mission, right? And so, so this psychological confrontation between Batman and Bruce Wayne, this sort of Jekyll and Hyde idea, this duality, right? This idea of having the shadow side of him. So in this comic Ego, right, Darwyn Cooke really gets into this idea of the beast within him and this internal struggle, right, between the two halves, right? This intense psychological struggle of being Batman, the question of who's really the mask, right? The Bat or Bruce, or are they mutually dependent on the other, right? So yeah, that's pretty deep. It's all psychological. But yeah, so this is exactly what Matt Reeves is getting at. This deep dive into the mindset of Batman, which I guess you see play out in the Batman movie, expertly portrayed by Robert Pattinson, who himself has also, referenced this book, Ego, as one of his research material as when he was preparing for the role of Batman Bruce Wayne. Okay, so yeah, so that's very very quick look at this book that I guess, yeah, in comparison to the more well-known ones, Year One and Long Halloween, right, doesn't really, isn't really as widely remembered as these other ones, but it's actually one of the, best Batman stories ever, which is why, Matt Reeves, is using it as one of his inspirations, which is good because it sort of, brings this book into the spotlight, and that's why I'm actually doing this very quick video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this quick look, right? Thought it was appropriate to, just showcase this book during such a, I guess, core piece of, inspiration for the Batman, which of course, I'll be checking out when it comes out in just a couple of days' time. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.